So what I'm going to do in this next part is just go have a look at identifying these trig ratios in a few different triangles. So let's have a go at this question, this example here. I have this right angle triangle here, and I want to identify what my sine, cos, and tan are. Now, when you're doing this, the first step I want you to do is to label your sides. Always start off by labeling your sides. So let's do that. So let's label my 3 sides. I've got the first side we always start off with is the hypotenuse. That one's the easiest to find. So I've got my right angle here. Opposite my right angle is my hypotenuse. So here, my hypotenuse is going to be 13. The next side I'm going to go to is the opposite side, which is where I look at my angle theta, and I go opposite my angle theta. So my side over here, my 5, is my opposite side. And finally, the last side is what I'm left with. And so here, 12 is my adjacent side. My adjacent side is just the side that's right next to my theta. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to find sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta for all 3 of these functions, or for this triangle over here. So let's have a look back at my notes. Sine theta is just the opposite over hypotenuse. Sine theta is just the opposite over the hypotenuse. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to write a line for my fraction. I'm going to look at my triangle. Which side is my opposite? The side over here is my opposite, and that has a size 5, so length 5. So I'm going to put 5 over the hypotenuse, 13. That's it. Okay, cos theta. Now cos theta is just my adjacent over my hypotenuse. So I'm going to put a big A. I'm going to figure out my value of my adjacent, which is just 12, over my hypotenuse, which is 13. And the final one is tan theta, which is just my opposite over my adjacent. So I'm going to go 5 over 12. And that's it. That's how we find these trig ratios for a triangle. Now, you might be wondering, sir, it's quite difficult to remember this. No worries. We actually have a quick acronym that we use in the case you ever forget. So the way that we can remember this, what these trig ratios are and which sides involved, is we use this acronym. So here, I'm going to put an S for sine, C for cos, and T for tan. The way that we remember it is sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So this is SO. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, Ka. And tan is opposite over adjacent, TOA. So we use this acronym of SOHCAHTOA to help us remember what the 3 trig ratios are. Sine, or SO, is opposite O over H. Cos is Ka, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, so A over H. And TOA, tan, is opposite over adjacent. Okay. You can come up with a little cute new little mnemonic a few people have in the past, and you can find some on the internet. So you can search a trigonometric mnemonic. That might be helpful for you to remember it, but that's how I usually remember this as well, myself. I just look at this SOHCAHTOA. Sine, opposite over hypotenuse. Cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. TOA, tan is opposite over adjacent.